G'day, how are you all going? This is Ian Harris Australia here, or aka Ianapolis, your acrylic guru. Did you have a look at that picture painting in the opening credits? Well, that's what we're going to do today on our portrait layout of our canvas board. And the canvas board is, what's going on here? The size of the canvas board is, right, here we go. And the size of the canvas board we're using today is, there you go, 30 centimetres by 42 centimetres. And we'll just get the colours going up the screen there like that, so you can pause and stop and write them down if you wish. The good thing about these videos is you can always pause them and catch up. And alright, so I've gone and made myself a little colour mixing panel, or a little chart here that I've gone and mixed some certain colours that I want before I get going. So I use my primary red, the French ultramarine blue, which I got this colour, and then I added white till it kept going until I've got this colour here. Now the colours we're going to use in the beginning of this painting is, I've got them laid out on my bigger palette here, and I'll come and have a look so you can see. Now I'm just using a primary red. I got my French ultramarine blue, and I'm going to use a primary blue, and I've got my flowing liquid white, and over here I've got some structured white. But this flowing white is what I'm going to prime up the board with, and I also have the retarder mixed with it as well, okay? Alright, this is a reclaimed canvas. I've painted over it white from an old painting that I didn't really like. But anyway, I'm going to mist it with water. And I've just put a few marks here. I don't know where you can, if you can see them. There's a couple of pencil marks there, there and there. They're just lines I want to work out in the painting. So we've wet that. We're going to get our paintbrush. Use a big paintbrush because it happens really quick. And when you're doing something you enjoy doing, you want it to happen really quick. Or you want to just get right into it. So we'll get the sky up here for now. I'm just going to go to the sky bit. I'll do it a bit at a time, because this is going to, because I've sprayed the canvas board and this paint I have a retarder in it, it allows the prime surface to be very blendable for our acrylic paints. So we'll come down just to the water line there. A bit much on there. Now nicely brush stroke them out of there. Now that, why I do it that way, this is the trick to get you blending the way I blend, but there's not going to be any clouds in this. We're just going to merge the colours, but this is, oh, look at that. It's wet. Oh, that's where you want it. It's wet and it's going to stay wet. It's acrylic and it's staying wet because it's got all that retarder in it, all right? So let me get them back out of there. And there's me horizon line there. Okay, now I'm going to grab some of this French ultramarine blue. It's got the retarder in it. And I want to grab some of the red. Not too much, red is very strong. You could probably use, I just want a reddish tinge in this French ultramarine because it's a different tone to phthalo blue or primary blue. And then I'll get some of the good quality white here. Can you see that? Yeah. And we'll mix that to the temperament I want, which is quite a sort of a blue with a red tinge. Now that's going a bit, that's all right. How's that? That's a bit purpley blue. Get a bit more red into it. And we're ready to put that onto our canvas. Now I have it the temperament I want it mixed, and I've got more retarder in it. Now I want to concentrate this paint on the edge of my 2-inch brush so I can force that onto the canvas. And our canvas has that white, which is going to lighten this up as well. Okay, so there's my horizon line. I'm not going to mask it up because if I do, I'll get a hard line there. And I want this to sort of fade about to this area here. So we'll start here. Now that retarded white is going to allow this to get it on there. Let's wet that a bit because I've been mucking around here for a while. Bring that up to there, to about there. Okay, now I want to grab a blending brush and I want to blend this into the white. Okay, just like so. We're getting rid of all those ugly, dirty, rotten brush strokes, just so it sort of gives it that softer look. Get it into that white there. And blend it right out into oblivious, into nothing. With blending, be sure to wipe your blending brush because it's building up paint. So you want to blend that out into the white. That's it. Just like that, and soften it up. Now I'll get rid of some more of this here. Now I'm just going to wipe the brush on a paper towel, and I'm picking up this primary blue into that, and I want to get a bit of white. This is going to change the tone of it. A bit more, I want it really light, and a bit more of tartar in there, so we're going to get a nice blendable surface. We'll come from the top. It's still a bit, my lights are drying this up. We'll come from the top and let the paint wear off till you meet that other colour in the middle there, like that. There we go. Get the edges done. Now I'm just going to quickly wipe the brush, pick up the white. Okay, I've got that white on there, and roughly about here where they're meeting, just sort of tone it down. So we've got sort of 3-tone sky there. Okay. I'll grab a blending brush and we'll just want to blend this back into there, soften those brush strokes up. Okay. And up the top, we'll soften some of this up. Just so we're dabbing out the really scratchy brush strokes. And that's pretty much our sky. Now before I come back into that purple, I've got to wipe the brush and dance that around. I might grab a bit more of that just to, because it's dried on me very quick, and soften that into the middle tone there. That's it, see that? Beautiful. Over here. Soften it into the middle tone there. And that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Okay. Alright, I've got some quinacridone red violet and white, and I've mixed it up to this tone here. There's the colour there. That'll save you mixing colours. You're just toning it down with white. Now I want to be a bit particular with this moon, okay, because it's a small one, but it's got to look right to make the painting as it is. So I've got a soft flathead brush here. It's sort of fanned out, something soft, not scratchy. Okay, I've got my stencil and I want the moon roughly here, but this is the edge of the moon, so we're gonna just work our way to where we want the edge of the moon with this colour, like so. Pick up some more paint as you need it. My head's not in the way. And we're gonna get a quarter moon or so to speak. Just like that. I'll dab that all in there just to prime it up so the white can mix with it. Okay, I've cleaned that brush, that same brush, and I'm picking up my good quality structure white and I'm pushing that into the brush now. Now, this is a lot of sauce for little spaghetti, but we only want the reddest light around here. So we're going to dance this just to where we want the reddest bit, okay, just like so. Just like that. Wipe your brush. Just wipe it. Oh, I nearly bumped my coffee. Now we want to merge that two together, just so it's soft. Look at that. That's why I'm being a bit particular with this little moon. See, now we'll grab a bit more white again. Play again. Wipe your brush. You make as many passes as you need for this, but sometimes a littlest moon can have more detail than a bigger moon. That's it. Now to finish the moon off, you can keep using your brush, or I'm going to use my round pouncer. I'm only loading it up I don't want to kill me moon, all that work that I've done to it, because this is going to be the white right bit of the moon. Now my acetate paper, my moon stencil, it's stuck to my painting because the paint, I blow dried it, but the paint was still tacky. Because I've used a reclaimed canvas, they work differently. Now I wouldn't advise any beginners to try and reclaim canvases unless you've worked out all the science and mishaps that can go wrong. That's our basic moon. Now we'll pull this stencil off. Hopefully I don't pull my paint off. And that's roughly the moon I wanted. Look at that, it's just got that red light hitting it from wherever the sun went down. Okay, that's why it was important to mix this red here, because if we didn't and it was just white, it'll still look okay, but we're getting that look. Alright, I put some tape there so you can see my horizon line. So I've painted past the horizon line, so when I mask up here, we're only going to have a beautiful horizon. We're not going to have a big hard edge. I've got another mark here and another mark here just for the foreshore and whatnot, and for some colours in the water. So now we'll get the watercolours going, alright? And this is the time where you can enjoy your coffee as well, and take the time to hit my head in the bottom right hand corner there and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Every painting I do on YouTube on a canvas board, they are all for sale, $110 Australian. So you can work that out in your city or country on Google, convert it and see what you're looking at. And if you do want any of my paintings, you add me on Facebook. There'll be a link to my Facebook in the description below. And then you can you can message me and tell me you're interested in a painting, or you just want to say hello. You saw me on YouTube, that's how it all happens. Alright, so we've got to get this masked up now, so that's reasonably dry. Now we're back onto the palette here. We're starting again. So I've got my white flowing paint with retarder. I'll give this a bit of a wet. Where are we? Where's it? Can you see that? Yes. Let's get this on there. Bring some white. Now these are going to be a different blue. I'm using the primary blue again with retarder in it. This is going to be the dark horizon edge of the water. And let's get that hard against our... Get it a bit darker. The white underneath is going to lighten it. Right against that tape, that's it. Now I'll bring that down into the white, wiping the brush. Now I'm going to pick up some white, and these marks here, I wanted like a white band going across there, so just simply wipe that brush, pick up your white, it has retarder in it, it's going to be like a real powdery blue white, and I just want a band going across here, just something like that. That's it. And we're bringing this down to that next line there. Just let it fade into there, go past there. That there's a bit harsh up there, so I'm going to just work that back into it just so it's soft. That's it, that's good enough. Just like that. And we'll leave these brush strokes horizontal. Now the colour we mixed down here before for the moon, the quinacridone and the white, I'm retarded that up. And we'll start from the bottom here and get this into there and get it to the blue. Get some more on the brush and get it up into that blue there. Push it on. Now what you can do, because that is very dark, it's darker than what I want, I'm getting some more of the flow white onto my brush with retarder, and where it's meeting the water I want to lighten that, just like that, and probably somewhere there as well. I'm just using another brush, get that into the water there, and see what that's doing. It's just softening those colours. Let's take this tape off so it's not hindering us anymore, so I don't peel me paint off. That's alright, I'm happy with that. Nice straight sharp horizon line. I want to get some of the primary blue onto my fan brush, probably with a bit of retarder as well. Just a minimal now of this, because that area here we want to sort of put some diagonal lines like this and then quickly grab your brush and pull them through as well. Okay, fair enough. What's going on there? They look a bit too heavy. So I'm getting that brush, cleaning it, picking up the white now and putting over that just to tone it down. I've never done this before. Let's see if it works. I reckon it will. It's all science. And that's it. It just sort of broke up that heaviness. Let's get up here, blend it a bit better as well. Alright, now we can get some whitewash from the water, maybe all along here, just sort of blending this, and do the same again. Push that through. Now what I want to do is just put some breaking water, so I'm using the good quality paint and I'm putting it onto my fan brush, and I'll probably about here, I want a good hard edge where it hits the sand, so to speak. The sand is the closest bit to the bottom. Okay, that'll do. Now I'm just going to grab this other brush, and from the top back I want to sort of whoosh it into the water there, just like that. I'm just going to have a look in my monitor and see how that's looking. That's looking alright. I could probably put a bit more here. I'll put it on. I better wipe that brush. get the top of it pushed back into the ocean out there somewhere, just so it's got an edge of a white break there or something. This is optional. That'll do. It's only small but minimal. We'll put a bit of a shadow under there. Now I've just picked up the darkest colour that I've mixed, and I'm just going to very carefully get some sort of dark shadow under this whitewash here, just like that, and this will just sort of stop it from look like it's sitting in thin air, and it'll just kind of sits any crashing waves down onto the sand surface that it's hitting. Okay, and you can see what that's done. It didn't have to be black. We will put a bit under this one just because it's a bit lonely. Less is best. Oh, not too much there. That'll do it. How's that looking? See, that's looking fine. And just to finish a bit of detail, that paint we used in the red of the moon, I've added a bit more white to it. And where our moon is, we want to put a bit of a glare here of this colour. Just sort of come down there and stop there. I'm stamping it on. I'm going to wipe that brush on a paper towel, and I want to try and just merge it into that, just so there's a distinct different colour. Of glare on that wet sand of the moon. Okay. How's that looking? There, that's the moon. I'll detail that later. Okay, let's finish it off now. So I'm grabbing a couple of more flathead brushes, all right? And I've just got some Payne's Grey down here. So I'll pick some of this up on my flathead brush, and we'll just put a few rocks in there to break up the foreground. So we'll get one somewhere out here. I want it sort of high, not too big though. Just something like that. You can probably put the minimalist of water in here so it'll flow off your brush easier. And we're going to just put a few rocks. So we'll put one just, what I might do is do the bottom of it first and then build it. It's kind of a beach with certain rocks in it. I'll have to come back to that and put another layer over it. But you can see what's happening. We'll put probably a bigger one here. Just so long as the bottom's straight where it's in the water. And we'll put a couple at the front here. So we'll get nice big one over here somewhere. See, I'm going to blow dry this paint because it's still very wet. Okay, let's go again. Yeah, that's better. We'll get the bottom of this rock done, like so. I'll sort of come around here a bit. This is sitting on the sand now. And we could probably wipe the brush, right, while we've still got everything happening, and we'll try and pull some of this down if it's going to work. If not, don't worry about it, but I'm able to get a little bit of that pulled down. Just so it looks like it's got a reflection on the wet sand. And then I want to put little, just bits and pieces, get more on the brush, all over the place. clever. Just little rocks. Probably put another one here. Get some more little rocks all behind here, just to break it up. I'll probably get another one. Right, nice big longer one somewhere there. I'm going to get these in now, just so as you can see what's happening, and then I'll fine tune them later off camera. But you're getting an idea of what's going on. And we'll probably put another one about here somewhere. Now I like to thank a James Ziegler. He sent this photo in and said, here, I think you might like to paint this. Now, why I am painting it is because the aspects in the photo, the colours, the way it can come across to a beginner to be taught. Some people want everything done or anything done, and they get a bit whingy and iffy if I can't do it. It's because, fair enough, it's a nice picture you're sending in, but it's not going to work for beginners or just one or two people like that subject. Alright. Now the ones in the water, we're just grabbing a bit of structured white and very softly, look how tiny those lines are out there. Just put some water against the bottom of the rocks. Kind of sits them down. How's that looking in the monitor? That's it. Okay. I'm getting carried away here. I'm just putting some lighter elements in these ones as well. Not too much. Alright, we're pretty much done. So what I'll do is I'll put a signature on there, somewhere around here. Alrighty, I'll quickly wash that brush out straight away. There we go, I'll put a frame on that and see how she looks. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. We got our moon that's been hit by the sun. We've just got a simple horizon line, some rocks, similar colours in the front foreground here. And it's not too shabby, eh? Alright, and like I said before, I'd like to thank James Ziegler for sending me this picture to paint. So there it is, James. It's a beautiful tutorial for beginners, I think. It's got lovely colours, it's very soft. Now, like I said before, there's a link in the description below for my Facebook, and there's also a link if you want to become a patron of mine and help support my content, okay? Alright, I hope you like what I've done. If you do, you tell a friend, but if you don't, like always, you tell everybody, alright? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya!